Hi there, Taurus, and welcome back to Star Lourdes Tarot. This is going to be your February 2018 monthly love and romance reading. I'm doing reading for each element in the sense that if you're dealing with water signs, air signs, and so forth. So what I did was, to save time, I laid out all the cards and we're ready to go. So those of you that are dealing with fire signs, I have the King and Queen of Wands here. So I pulled 3 cards to get an idea of what could be going on in the romance sector for the month of February. Now, keep in mind, this is just a general reading. It may not resonate for all of you. However, I pulled the 2 of Pentacles upright, followed by the 5 of Cups in reverse, and the Ace of Cups in reverse. Now, for those of you, some of you who are dealing with fire signs, which is Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, the 2 of Pentacles basically deals with harmony in the midst of change. It's also a card of juggling. Maybe some of you are juggling 2 different fire signs, and if you are and you're just dating around, that's perfectly fine. However, if it's just dealing with one person in particular, the 2 of Pentacles can often indicate that you're trying to maybe balance the relationship along with other things in your life, such as family life, your friends, work, that kind of thing. And if that's the case, you could be doing so very successfully. However, you have the 5 of Cups in the reverse position, indicating a healing process. So it could be that for some of you, maybe you are healing, could have been from a prior relationship even, or you're just healing on the emotional level in general. It could be due to this relationship with the person. But you do have the Ace of Cups in reverse, which is a little bit peculiar, because if this is the case for you when you're dealing with your fire sign, this can indicate a lack of love, or love that was once there that is now turning to its opposite. Could indicate a little bit, well, how I could interpret this as well is perhaps you were dealing with the relationship just fine. However, there could have been some emotional disappointment prior to the month of February, because it sees you already healing in February. So for some of you, you could be you could have had an emotional disappointment with this person, and perhaps you're coming out of it because you're healing, and maybe that's why, you know, you're managing to blend the relationship and save the relationship, due to the fact that even though you have been hurt. For others of you, it could be that you know, the relationship soured and you're just moving on to other things now. Those of you dealing with air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, I have the King and Queen of Swords here. And the 3 cards pulled for those dealing with air signs, we have the 2 of Swords in reverse. And next we have the 8 of Pentacles in reverse. And then we have Major Arcana, the Death card, in the reverse position. Okay, so what this tells me is basically those of you dealing with the air signs, you're having maybe a problem transforming this relationship. And maybe for some of you, the relationship really does need to come to an end. However, you may not be ready to do it, or the other person may not be ready to put an end to the relationship. So there could be some stalled energy going on in February. But for some of you, you guys have made a decision. The 2 of Swords is in the reverse position. Now, it could be that you've made a decision to maybe end the relationship, but maybe at a later time. The 8 of Pentacles in reverse, indicating that you at this point you've stopped reevaluating the situation. You're now just sort of ready to move on, but there's a bit of stuck energy here. So it could be that you you yourself are just not ready to move on, like physically away from the person, but you've kind of made a decision in your head to do so, but it's just not happening maybe in the month of February. Remember, this is just a monthly reading. For those of you dealing with other earth signs like yourself, Taurus and Capricorn and Virgo, because I have the King and Queen here of Pentacles, the 3 cards associated with that are the Page of Wands in the upright position, and next we have the 6 of Pentacles reversed, and then we have Major Arcana, the Magician in the reverse position. Okay, so the Page of Wands upright, this end can indicate a passionate offer, exciting news, it's like almost perhaps like you have your hopes up, things are really looking good, and you're you're coming from the right place. This is active energy, and it could be that you yourself are sort of putting it out there. Maybe you want to build on a relationship with the person, and you could be the one putting out the message or the offer. However, what concerns me here is that the 6 of Pentacles being in the reverse position, this can indicate that the relationship is out of balance. There's not a lot of reciprocity here. Sometimes this can indicate that we're giving way too much to the situation or the person, and they're just giving us trickles back, right? There's not a lot coming back from the person. So we're investing a lot and we're just not getting a lot back. And the last card here is the Magician in the reverse position, indicating there's a lack of confidence here and a lack of perhaps being able to manifest what it is you want. So it could be that if you're dealing with another earth sign, Taurus, that your heart's in the right place, so to speak, and you really want to get this thing moving and move forward with it, but maybe the timing just isn't right. It looks like you don't have a lot of confidence in the situation or the ability to manifest what it is you want. See, in the beginning, the Page of Wands knows what he wants, but he just doesn't know how to make it happen. He just sort of he's the spark that ignites things, but he doesn't know how to actually bring it into manifestation. And in this particular situation, you may want to rethink who you are dealing with here, because it looks like there's just a lack of give and take maybe in the overall relationship. So those of you dealing now with water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, we've got the King and Queen of Cups here, and the cards that correlate to that situation. You have Major Arcana, the Hierophant in the reverse position, followed then by the 5 of Cups reversed, or sorry, the 5 of Pentacles reversed, and lastly, another 5, the 5 of Wands reversed. So what this tells me is that for those of you dealing with the water signs, this month, there could be, the Hierophant in reverse could be a lack of commitment, yeah, a lack of joining forces. Now, this is interesting. You have the 5 of Pentacles in reverse, indicating in a love reading this is about being left out in the cold. When it's in reverse, however, it could be you're coming back from being left out in the cold, or you may have left someone else out in the cold, or a water sign may have done this to you. Either way, perhaps you did it because you wanted a commitment, or they wanted a commitment, and it didn't happen. So therefore, you either alienated them or they alienated you. Looks like just for a short period of time. But the last card here is the 5 of Wands in reverse, indicating coming out of squabbles and disagreements and competition. So it could be for some of you Taurians, you're involved in a relationship with a water sign, and something could have happened where there was a lack of commitment on somebody's part, either yours or theirs, and there was a bit of infighting about it, and somebody sort of ghosted someone else. But it looks like in the month of February that could be rectified, because there's no more fighting anymore in the 5 of Wands in reverse. it's going back to the Four of Wands, which is a lot more stable energy, and coming out of being left out in the cold. And I think that what the problem could have been was a lack of commitment there on someone's part. So keep in mind, this is just a general reading. It's not going to apply for all of you. If it doesn't resonate, you know, it doesn't resonate, then it's not for you. But if it does, then take it for what it is. It's a general read. I hope you enjoyed it. If you'd like to book a private reading with me, the details are in the About section. Otherwise, like, share, and subscribe. See you next time, Taurus. Bye for now.